would be accurate to say the book does not get into is kind of some of the science of the search for life on Mars, which always strikes me as being among the great engines to ultimately send humans to Mars. I'd be interested in your thoughts on that. I mean, was that a conscious decision you made, or it just wasn't on your radar?
Well, part of the mission, part of the Ares 3 mission, the fictional mission in the book, was that they were looking for life. I mean, they were going around sampling and doing all these things to find life. However, in the book, this isn't that much of a spoiler, they don't. And it's not a priority. The main priority is for Mark to live. I don't want to be a naysayer or anything, but I say nay. I'm guessing, I suspect that there is no life on Mars. Because if you look at life on Earth, it is extraordinarily tenacious and omnipresent. Like, you would be hard-pressed to find, like, anywhere on Earth that doesn't have at least evidence of life. Like, even if you go to, like, Antarctica and, like, dig 40 meters down and then, like, scrape out, like, some ice, you'll see frozen fossilized cells in that ice. If you go to the Sahara, you'll see stuff, like, in the air. It's like life is incredibly good at just occupying the entire planet. So the number of probes we've sent to Mars that have tried to find any evidence of life and not found anything that we believe there is none to be found. Now, fossilized evidence might exist, and Mars might have had life a long time ago. And what with the barrage of meteorites going back and forth between Earth and Mars, it's possible that Earth infected Mars, which makes it much more likely to be life. And I would find that very interesting, especially if they could bring things back to life. Like, for instance, they have successfully planted seeds that they dug out of the Antarctic tundra that were there for 60 million years, and they planted them and plants grew. So you never really know when something is truly extinct.
Just something that I had picked up along the years of talking about Mars is that apparently the logic of life from Earth landing on Mars is a lot less likely than the other way around. And
yeah.
What I like to point out is with the panspermia notion, Mark Watney would not be the first Martian, we would all be Martians.
We would all be invaders from Mars.
Exactly. In terms of your kind of your fond hopes of what the book and the movie will do, you said that you wrote it as entertainment, but it was entertainment with a backdrop that was so rich and so interesting and so Martian. So what is your best case hope of?
I don't know. I guess best case scenario. Well, really, for me, my goal is I want people to be entertained. I want people to enjoy a story and think that it was cool. That's really my overall goal. If it increases the interest in science fiction, that would be great. I would love it if it increased interest in Mars exploration, and maybe if there's enough public interest in it, the various nations might allocate a little bit more money to it. That'd be great. But they have other important things to deal with their national budgets too. So.
Okay. And last question for you: is NASA involved in the movie? I mean, I know that you're not involved per se, but from what you've been told, are they playing a role in terms of vetting or allowing or disallowing certain things?
Yes, they were. Well, first off, they were consulted extensively by the production. They welcomed the actors and the consultants to NASA and showed them around and answered all their questions. NASA's been very active in supporting the film in any way they can. They're a government agency. They can't support a private product, but they can. They're very cooperative and helpful. The other thing is, most people don't know this, unlike other federal agencies, NASA's logo is copyrighted. You cannot use NASA's logo just like, I could put the FBI logo anywhere I want. I could make merchandise with the FBI logo on it because it's a federal government agency, but that's not the case with NASA's logo. So you need their permission. And it's interesting because movies that take place in space and have space flight and stuff like that in them often want to use the NASA logo, and it's a